Hey, what's up YouTube? This is XBOXfreakquency playing Risk game number 44, classic random risk match. I am just a classic random risk match guy. I mean, that is what I play the vast majority of the time, so anyways, I feel like it's my bread and butter, but I'm third to act and I'm yellow here. I got some wicked positioning out in Australia. See what happens here. Green to act first here. See what my opponents do. Green deciding not to take a card. The good thing is blue is... Let's see where he goes. Yeah, okay. I was worried about blue a bit there. Let's see if he goes for Australia. But he dedicated all his resources to South America here, so... Oh, right on. Blue's moving him out as well. Basically saying take Australia. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go against my style by not taking a card the first turn. And the only reason I'm doing this is because blue has given me the easy one, and next turn I'll skip my turn. Just not this one. So basically I'm still wanting to trade in last here, but I'm going to move 2 down there into Western Australia and just leave 3 up there kind of as a deterrent for blue, so he doesn't really want to come back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip my next turn here, so to ensure that I'll trade in last, because green did skip his first turn. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm still going to trade in last. I'm just going to skip my next turn and not quite take Australia just yet. So this is good. Black is going for blue here. So I like to see my opponents dwindling themselves always. So swinging on the red, who's kind of got a... probably a North America or Europe option, is what he's probably thinking. I feel like you can always... Okay, so look at this. Even red may be thinking about taking South America here. What's he gonna move? He's gonna move 1 over from India out, which is good. Gives blue his easy 1 there, so most likely, hopefully, blue's moving away from me into India is what I hope when I see that. I feel like almost every player I play on Risk is always continental bound, as I want to say. You can always expect someone to go for a certain continent, you know. You always can, your opponents will always usually be battling for a continent, or might take claim to a continent they have a lot of troops in. So I feel like I know this about a lot of Risk players. I feel like I know my enemy on a good scale here, because I know my enemies are wanting to take a continent. You know, greens looks like he's going for Africa. It's kind of a battle for South America right now still. But, you know, black, blue, and red all kind of targeting South America. So it's swinging on to me. What I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm just checking everyone's cards here. I'm going to for sure not trade in, so I can be the last to trade in here. I'm not going to take a card. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 there as an extra deterrent in Indonesia. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little mind game with my opponents. I'm going to go right to the dice roll. what I'm going to do is just sit, and I'm going to end my turn. And hopefully my opponents weren't paying too much attention there. They might have thought I maybe got a card, you know, if my opponents are not paying great attention. It looks like I went for a territory, or it looks like I went for a card, but I wanted to give them the impression that I was getting a card, but I'm really not. Just kind of trying to deceive my enemy a bit here by that move. Just so I can trade in last here. Thing is, I could have taken early Australia there too, but I don't want to risk of losing too many and then blue deciding to come in on a trade-in on a later turn or whatnot. I'd rather just guarantee myself to trade in last and just take Australia my next turn and be conservative with more troops, just so I confirm the take. But anyways, I'm kind of drifting off into my own talking here, but swinging on to green here. Black is kind of wanting South America, but green continuing his Africa quest. So just really me and green have kind of for sure confirmed a territory by our movement that we're going for. Australia is my favorite continent by far. Obviously, it's the bottleneck defense, and it's right by Asia. So there's a lot of easy ones out in Asia, I find all the time too. So no one really targets you out in Asia. That's just the open ground, you know. So that's why I love the positioning in Australia so much. It's right by Asia. But green throning up here to take Africa. Swinging on the blue here now. Hopefully he's not coming for me. This is good. Oh. See, because if I have lost... Okay, right on. That's why I kind of put a few armies there to really deter him from coming in. And that's why, just say I lost all those 7 against that 2 by like some fluke losses, you know? It can happen. And then blue decides to move in. And instead, I just play it safe. Blue doesn't want to come in. And now I can have actual quite a bit of armies, and I can actually lose in 2 there, which sucks. But now I have an actual force to come in with here. There we go. Now I take him out. So I've been watching a lot. I watched the Sun Tzu documentary the other day again, and so what I think I'm going to do is from Western Australia to Indonesia there, I'm going to move those up just to really deter my opponents from coming in, and then I'm going to wrap around, bring my troops out of Australia slowly into my Indonesian front there right now. So black confirming South America this turn. I just confirmed Australia. I like how I have a bunch in the North Asia there too. So yeah, no, I made it a mission or a goal for myself to memorize all of Sun Tzu's teachings actually. So I can use them at any time, you know, kind of remind myself while I'm playing a game. So the one I really like is know your enemy and know yourself. In 100 battles, you will never be in peril. I just say that because I feel like I know my enemies in the sense that if they're going for a continent, I know which continent they're going for, and I can depend on them most likely not attacking me yet until they get their continent. I feel like that's the way most people play. The vast majority of people will just go for the continent and not attack. I mean, every situation is different. Sometimes people will break before the continent. But for the most part, and this is what kind of has been happening in this game, no one's attacked me. Everyone's just been going for their continents. So yeah, green going for his Africa. Blue might be thinking of the Europe quest, I think, going on here. He might bring those armies over from India, which is awesome because then he gets them out of my Australia zone and gets them out of Asia there. Right on, so my opponent is moving them out. Right on. Yeah, and there you go. He gives me an easy Asia because he's moving in for Europe, so this is awesome. But what I'm going to do is I want to bring all those troops in Australia out first. So what I'm going to do is just bulking up my Northern Asia army here. And that Irkutsk there. I'll put 2 for defense. I don't really need them there, but just in case someone gets a little crazy. So putting 5 to attack up here, just trying to make sure that I get my card here. I don't want to. There we go, gets it. Red gave me the easy 1 option. I don't quite want to break out of Australia here until I move that 4 over now. So I might just take another easy 1, I'm thinking. So yeah, that's another one of Sun Tzu's teachings. Avoid what is strong and attack what is weak. So that's why I'm always going for those easy ones, you know. I know eventually those cards are going to be worth a lot, you know. I'd rather just take an easy 1, get the territory, sit it with at least two armies defending, and bide my time. There's no reason to explode out. As in what kind of black is doing here. See, he's just attacking recklessly on all fronts here, really. And he doesn't even get his card regardless. So in a sense, there's no need to do those attacks like the 2-on-2 and, you know, why? What? You know, why bother with the 2-on-2? And that's why if you're half South America, you want a presence in Asia or at least somewhere else so you can get your cards, you know. He doesn't really have much of a presence, and now his presence that he did have is basically dwindled away. So that's good. I like to see that. I like to see black hurting right now. This looks like green is going to want to take Africa here. Which he does. So it's swinging on to blue here, who's going for a Europe quest. Green now confirming Africa. Red going for North America kind of thing. Black targeting me. Sorry, blue targeting me. Eliminating me out of Scandinavia. Then wants to go over to Iceland. Oh, ugly. Loses a lot though. Takes it, but loses tons. And he moves them all into Southern Europe there. From Middle East. Now it's swinging on to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Japan here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw off my enemies a bit. by putting one there. I'm just going to maneuver him over anyways. But what I like to do is I like to deceive my opponent by them seeing that. I want them to be like, is this guy a noob or what, you know? I want my opponents to think I don't know what I'm doing here. So that's why I kind of put an army on there, because they're going to be moved up to my front anyways. Wow, I'm losing a lot of dice rolls here. This is really rough, actually. I might have to come out. Right on. Got it, though. Brought that extra army just in case, and then it ends up paying off. So what I got to do here, as much as I don't like leaving Kamchatka as an easy one here, I'm going to depend that red is going for North America and is not going to take my Kamchatka easy one. And what I'm going to do is actually move my 5 troops I have in New Guinea here, and I'm going to move them over to Indonesia. And then now I have all my troops on my front. And just don't think Red's got other easy one options, so I'm gonna hope he doesn't come into Asia, and I don't think he will, honestly, because he's focused on North America right now, and Black's got an early South America, so he's got to worry about him breaking him North America. But actually, Black, this is beautiful. Black coming into green here. Oh, gets it. That's ridiculous. So this is awesome because Black and green are hurting each other, breaking each other. And what I love about this is Black is the only one with a continent, broke green. And this has started, obviously, bad blood between green and Black. And that's what I don't want to start sometimes. So I have Japan, I have Irkutsk. Hopefully I get a man for my next card here. So red going for his card here. Going one on one. Doesn't quite give it. But now, see, it gives it easy Europe to blue now, you know? But when you do that, it's like, yeah, you're looking for your card. Like, why didn't you just come here from here in the first place, you know? From where he's coming from. Why you got to give blue an easy Europe. That's my philosophy anyways. That's why I don't like to just, unless you absolutely have to and you need a card, like, he had other better options there for a card than one-on-one. Just another random Sun Tzu teaching. He says, to win 100 battles is not the height of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is. So if you can just outmaneuver and outplay your enemy, you know, like why am I gonna come in and break someone now when my opponents are already fighting each other? I'm just conserving my armies, staying back in Australia, attacking my easy ones, attacking what is weak and avoiding what is strong right now. And what I'm thinking is deeper into the game. I'm already thinking ahead in the game. Okay, you know, who is going to be the weakest opponent with the most cards when I can pick my time to attack? So blue trading in here. And I will be the last to trade in here if all my opponents get a card. So blue is probably wanting to maybe not confirm Europe here. He might not be able to really defend it. Yeah, and blue is not looking to take Europe just yet. Swinging on to me now. So I'm going to come out into Southeast Asia now. Now that I have all my troops, I might as well move them up. I'm just going to take my card and sit with the big 18 and move one over from Japan to Kamchatka. Leave no easy ones. I've got my trade in next turn. So black trading in here. Using one of the wild cards. This is beautiful. He has nowhere to go, and he probably thinks his best option is to break green again. Which is awesome because green will have a trade in, and green will have bad blood for black again. Just continue to hurt each other, which is what I want them to do exactly. Dwindle themselves while I can just sit in the corner and bulk up. This is such an ideal situation for a player like me to have Australia early and some up in Northern Asia. I feel like that's literally probably the best positioning you could literally get. So this is even more beautiful. Red is now, instead of going for North America, now it's gonna just wipe black out for South America. Red deciding who's leaving, or black's leaving it quite dwindled. Black's picking on green the whole time. Karma bit him in the butt, in a sense you could say. And he moved them out of South America there. Left it pretty weak front for red to easily walk in. I mean, it's like, okay, well, I could put troops on there and break red, but it doesn't even matter to me because maybe black is just going to come in and hit him with all his armies he's got there anyways, or maybe green's going to eliminate him here. Actually, that's probably what will happen, is green will, green most likely is probably gonna eliminate black from the game. Yeah, that's the only force he's got. Wow. Yikes. Oh, green's losing a lot though here. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, he gets it. Oh, is he really close? Close. Oh, he got him. So green eliminating black. Black is done. Green picking up some cards there as well. Swinging on the blue now, who might be thinking about confirming. Oh, right on. So blue just breaking a dwindled green here, which is awesome. This is what I want to see, my opponents attacking one another, inflicting damage on one another, while I just sit and be patient and bulk my armies, waiting for those big trade-ins. And hopefully as these big trade-ins come in, my opponents will be very dwindled and they'll be easy takeouts. Excuse me. That's what I'm thinking here. So it's swinging on to me here. I have my trade-in. Can't use any of my bonus troops, but getting 12 territories here as well. 12 territories, so getting that bonus army is nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just bulk up my Northern Asia here a little bit more. And I'm doing that just because I have Japan and I have Irkutsk. I mean, most likely no one's coming in. But I just want to be way more of a deterrent. I want to just be a more serious deterrent here. There you go, I finally take him out. What I think I'm doing is just leave 10 on India and leave the rest on Southeast Asia. And then my turn here. In a sense, what I should have done here was taken Mongolia and then had a defense on Siberia, a defense on Kamchatka, and a defense on kind of like Mongolia kind of thing. I could have, what I could have done actually is took Mongolia and China here, and kind of had a frontal defense. But that's okay. I'll just take my card and I'll bide my time, and my opponents can't hurt me anyways, really. So it's on to red here, who doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's gone. Red's gone. Well, this is definitely an X factor. It's always an X factor when one of your opponents just quits out of nowhere. I might have even been able to take out blue my last turn, to be honest. When I think about it, it kind of would have been risky. The trade-ins aren't that heavy yet, but the board is pretty dwindled, to be honest. That it might have been a good time. Although I didn't have a trade-in. Green trading in here, and oh yeah, I don't know. Even oh wow. So green suffering heavy losses. Going to take back his Africa. It would have been too risky to go for blue there, realistically. I feel like we're not deep enough into the trade-ins yet to really go for an elimination, or me eliminating someone. Oh, but he can't trade in either. Wow. So red's gone, he's neutral party, so I just gotta really focus on blue and green here. So let's see what blue does. Blue ends up actually confirming Europe for the first time in the game. Very shocking, he moves him there, leaving green for an easy break at Iceland. Which is kind of weird to me. I can't trade in here. I mean, blue does have 5 cards. For me to go from here and not get him is just so brutal. Like, if I don't get him, that sucks. If I had a trade in there, I would be eliminating blue right now for his 5 cards, but I should be able to do it, but I just don't want to suffer the losses, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide my army up here, do 18 in China, 15 in India, and I just got the wild card there too, so I'll be able to for sure trade in next turn. So maybe that's where I'll... Well, blue's going to be trading in here anyway, so... So red might be back here. He might not be officially gone. He could have just been gone for one turn, maybe. So I can trade in. I'd have to use my wild card. Looks like red's gone here. Looks like he's done. Yep. And red is now... Yep, red is now officially disconnected from the game. He hasn't been here the last 2 turns, so it's me, black and green. Blue and green. I don't know why I always say black for blue and blue for black. It must be the B or something. Always messes with me. Anyways, it's on green here. Looks like green is gonna be trading in here, which he does, which sucks because blue has 5 cards. Ooh. Yeah, and green knows what he's doing. He's gonna eliminate black here, or blue here for sure. That's what he's got to be thinking here. Yeah, he definitely is. It looks like he's coming from all his, yeah. Disgusting. Wins a bunch 1-on-2 for there. So yeah, I got it. Wow, he's getting really lucky on that. Wow. Wow, really going the distance. Blue leading here. He knows he's done. And this sucks because blue has 5 cards, thus giving green another trade in here. So that's, unless green loses a crazy amount here. It's going to be me versus green heads up. And green will have a trade in. The good thing is I have the wild card and I do have a trade in, which I'm probably going to need to use right away because green could potentially be coming for me here. And what green really should do here is take out red. If green could take out red here, I mean, I'm sure he has enough. Maybe not. I feel like that would be green's best choice because then red has 3 cards, instantly gets to trade in again. Maybe that's what he's thinking here. See him come all from there. No, it looks like he thinks about he wants to oh, he wants to eliminate me, maybe? Yeah, he wants to eliminate me from North America. Okay. And he's obviously going to come with that 25. He probably should have took out red there. But this is good. This is really good. I don't care about losing Australia whatsoever here because he's going to lose a lot. Yes, he's losing a lot too. I don't even care if he breaks Australia here because now the trade-ins are getting to that point, you know? So what's 2 troops every turn, you know? Australia's done what it's need to do, and now it's almost a beautiful distraction, and my whole army's not defeated. I still have my Gulf in China here. So what I might be able to do here is I might even be able to take out green, but I think my better option is to come from China here, break green in Europe, break them in Africa, and then just eliminate red here. I'm pretty sure I'll have enough. I have my bonus troops. I'm gonna have to use my wild card here though. So I should have enough to eliminate red here. So yeah, see, I'm thinking green. I won't be able to quite eliminate him here. I could, but it'd be a bigger chance. I feel like red is way more dwindled, way more weaker. Right on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into Europe and break them there. I'm going to break green in Africa. And I mean, I could have went for green there, but it's still, it's such a risky takeout. I feel so much more comfortable going for red here. The thing is, going for red here is not going to give me the for sure trade-in this turn, but my opponent has 3 cards, which means he has a 33% chance he can trade in. So what I'm going to do is, if I take out red here, I'll get his cards, and I'll get a card for my turn, and I'll have 5 cards for sure. So with me taking out red here, I can guarantee trade in next turn for sure. So I'm thinking this is my best bet here. Just cut through green like butter, break them everywhere in the process, might as well. I really don't want to lose a lot here. This is where it really counts. Oh, I'm losing. Oh, right on. Getting some momentum. So I really need this here. Should have enough. You never know with random heavy losses. Right on. Gotten through like butter, so this is good. Right on. Right on, right on. Nice. So eliminating red here. Who's done anyways. Giving me a total of 4 cards. Too bad he didn't have another one, because then I'd instantly trade in again and wipe green from the map. But this is okay. This is a similar situation to my last game. If you can trade in, then we have a game. If you can't trade in, I have the game. So right now, I'm right now before if you can trade in or not, I'm 2 out of 3 odds favorite here. Before, depending if you can trade in right now, because I got him. If you can't trade in, the game's over. So it all depends on the trade in here. It's got a 33% chance, 2/3 chance I already have the game. I love the odds. Got to take those odds all day. And that's kind of why I just took out red, and there you go. He can't trade in. And that's it. He can't do much. He's going to try to break me in South America here. And the thing is, even if green could trade in there, he only has 3 cards, so he'd be down to 0 cards. Hurt me around the world, but then I would trade in for even bigger, hurt him, and then I have 2 cards, and then I'll have 3 cards. You know what I mean? I have that card jump on him. So green just ends up leaving here, and yeah, green leaving. So green just basically giving up there. He knew he didn't have the trade in. He knew I had him there. So that's pretty sweet. You know, that saying, Sun Tzu, to win 100 battles is not a skill. Is not, what is it? The height. To win 100 battles is not the height of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is. And that's, in a sense, what I basically just did there to green. He just gave up. He had a lot of the world, but he had just given up. I didn't even have to fight him anymore because he knew I had the trade in and the overwhelming force. And I don't even have to take him out. He just leaves. And the game is mine. So just another Sun Tzu's teachings that I feel like I can relate to any type of warfare. Even a digital board game of Risk. Like, Sun Tzu's teachings can be looked at so many different ways, you know? Like, and that's the way I look at it. And that's why I think Sun Tzu's an absolute genius. And that's basically my tactical approach to this game, is kind of a tactical Sun Tzu approach when playing. Just with the avoid what is strong, attack what is weak saying. You know, I always go for my easy ones. I will never not go for an easy one unless I literally don't have an option and I have to take a harder army out. But I will always go for an easy one. Always. So I feel like I put that teaching, Sun Tzu's teaching there. I feel like I know my enemies. I've played so many games that I feel like people are continental bound, as I want to say it. And like the saying I said earlier, know your enemy and know yourself. In 100 battles, you will never be in peril. And I feel like that is the grasp I got on my opponents, as I feel like I know what my enemies are going to do because they're so continent bound. You know, it really is weird when someone doesn't go for a continent. It boggles people's minds. It confuses them. It's good deception play for the game of Risk. So you know, and my enemy there, instead of taking out red to trade in again, he's seen that he could break me. But, you know, really, what is 2 troops when the trade-ins are at 30, 25, 30, 35? When they're at that spectrum, what really is 2 troops every turn bonus? It's next to nothing. So by him coming in there, weakened himself. He couldn't take out red. He was more focused on me. And that's kind of what his downfall was. And that's what I like to do in India and China as the game gets longer. I like to break my force up there in India, China, half and half. Because if an opponent does decide to come in Australia and blow me away, I still have that massive force on China or India, in this case China. And I was able to, you know, come out, take out red, and then basically take him out. But he just left, so basically subdued the enemy without fighting, like Sun Tzu's teaching says. And I like that one too, because it's to move. Another Sun Tzu's teaching is to move your enemy, entice him with something he is certain to take. So in that situation, he's probably just like, oh, yellow, it's been tough and big bulk all game. It's like, I'm going to just bring it to him. It's me and him heads up. I'm just going to break him. But really, I don't even care if you break me, because I'm just glad you've blown a lot of your armies. You've blown a lot of my armies away, but you're hurting yourself quite a bit to just come through me to take away 2 while I have a trade-in coming in. So, yeah, to move your enemy, entice him with something he is certain to take. It's another Sun Tzu's teaching, which is non-deliberately I kind of did that. But that's why I like to split up my forces, because I know someone is bound to take Australia, and if they do, it's not too bad of a situation when the trade-ins are massive like that. And yeah, no, just the whole outlook of the game was, I don't know if I just watched the Sun Tzu documentary and now that I'm memorizing all his lessons, the lessons from The Art of War. I don't know if that I'm just noticing my tactics as tactics and strategy to be as Sun Tzu's teachings. I don't know if I'm just kind of noticing it now. I feel like I almost play an unconscious game of Sun Tzu's tactics usually. I feel like in that game at least, and just my style of play, I can really relate to Sun Tzu's teachings. It really is my way of looking at the battle, you know? You know? You really just got to not think about the pawns, you know, and think about the win. It just, you got to win the war. It doesn't matter, you know, about the pawns in a sense. You don't got to worry about the armies that you know you're going to lose, or, you know, in that case, coming in India, I had to sacrifice India, but that thus giving me the game and putting him in a 2 to 3 odds kind of situation where I had the game for sure. And even if he did have a trade-in, I was 2 cards ahead of him. I would have traded in right after, and I would be 2 cards ahead of him, most likely to be able to trade in again and wipe him off. So it just made sense to make that move. Red was an easier takeout. I could have went for green to take him out and just end it, but I kind of played it safe. And I really it's an absolute Sun Tzu game. I might even just call this one Sun Tzu. I don't know if it's just because I've, like I said, been reading crazy amounts of Sun Tzu lately, and watching the documentaries and memorizing his teachings, but I feel like I played an absolute Sun Tzu type of game. And just wanted to do a little recap here for you guys on what I think about the game. Yeah, just wanted to do that quick review of kind of how I was looking on the game, and just to kind of induce Sun Tzu's philosophies as well. I think the guy is a military genius, and there's a great great documentary the History Channel made. I would advise all you guys to watch it. It's great. It's just even great for learning about history. But I really do believe that his tactics are way ahead of his time, and even today in modern wars, you know, some people do not take Sun Tzu's teachings to heart, and that's why, you know, there's a lot of pretty messed up world wars that have been going on for years and the years before. It's kind of, no one has that Sun Tzu mentality. You know, everyone kind of let goes of that teaching, but I really believe that he has something down. He has the art of war down, and I don't know. You can find it everywhere. The art of war. You know, businesses will pay their employees to learn Sun Tzu's art of war because it can be used in business. It can be used in so many different aspects of life, and that's why I'm kind of using it in the aspect of risk. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm just kind of rambling on about Sun Tzu. I just big into him and did a lot of research on him lately, and been trying to memorize his sayings. But there's a saying I'll end this with. It's the winning army realizes the conditions for victory, then fights. The losing army fights first and then seeks victory. And that's my style of play. I like to plan ahead, play an intellectual game of strategy and tactics. But anyways, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. This was Game 44, Sun Tzu. Have a good one. Peace out, guys. Catch you later.